dyed my hair. It is purple. It is changing though. It's going to be a little bit lighter, but I figured while it was still pretty pigmented, I wanted to do a lavender purple kind of inspired makeup look. At the end, I do give you another lip option just because this one is so intense and dramatic, but I love both lip options, and so you could totally do either one, and I think they both look great. So just keep watching if you want to see all the steps that I took to create this look. I've already primed my eyes using the Painterly Paint Pot from MAC, and for all of my eyeshadow, I'm going in with the Sigma Fall Softly Makeup Palette. Going in with the color Austere from the palette on any kind of flat shader brush, and I'm using this underneath my eyebrow. Here I'm just tweezing my brows. On an E40 brush from Sigma, I'm going to take the color Keen on You and just work this into my crease. I'm really blending this out so that it looks really diffused. Then all over my lid, I'm using the color Lyrical from the palette, and I'm just patting this all over my eyelid. On an E25 brush from Sigma, I'm taking the color called Elderberry, and I'm working this into the outer corner, doing little tiny circles and a little bit into the crease. Then you can go back with Keen on You and blend that out. On an E10 brush from Sigma, I'm taking this Inglot Gel Liner, and I'm giving myself a wing. So here I just kind of sped it up because I really wanted you guys to get a good idea of how I do my eyeliner. I just cut out the parts where I went back in to get more. That way you can see literally every single step that I do to create my eyeliner. On my angled kabuki brush from Sigma, I'm taking this Makeup Forever HD foundation, and I'm just stippling this onto my skin. This foundation actually has been breaking me out, so I stopped using it, but it looks really good in pictures. Then I'm using my Prolongwear Concealer from MAC in the shade NW15, and using that same angled kabuki brush, I'm just blending that out. That's why I love this brush so much, is you don't have to switch to another brush to blend out your concealer. You can just use that same exact brush and you don't have to grab another one. Then on a tapered highlighter brush from Sigma, I'm taking Emphasize from MAC, and not gonna lie, I'm packing on a lot of this stuff because I really like that white bright highlighted effect underneath my eyes. So I'm just going in with this and packing it all over. Then I'm taking the Anastasia Contour Kit, and I'm taking the lightest contour shade on my Ita brush from Nars and chiseling out my face. And around my nose, I always go in with my finger to contour my nose, just because for me it's just a little bit more simple. Then on my blush brush from Sigma, I'm taking the color Margin from MAC Cosmetics. This is my favorite blush of all time, and I'm just working this on my cheekbones. And then I'm going back in with that Sigma palette, taking that color Lyrical on an E40 brush. And I'm actually using that eyeshadow to highlight, and it is so pretty. It's like an iridescent highlight purple. And on a pencil brush, I'm working the color Corrupt from Makeup Geek, just in the outer corner because I wanted to make this a little bit more dramatic. And then I'm going back in with that Elderberry color from the palette just to blend it out. Then on my bottom lash line, I'm taking Elderberry on that pencil brush and just working this all the way from the inner to the outer corner. And then I'm taking a little bit of that Lyrical shade to give it an iridescent purple effect. Apply a thin coat of mascara. I'm using the L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara. And then for my lashes, I'm going in with the Velour Lashes in the style Strike a Pose. For the first lip option, I'm going in with this lip base from Sigma in the color Go Dutch. It's like a nudie peach color, so pretty. Then I'm topping it off with this Lip Vex from Sigma in the color Slip. So if you want to take a walk on the wild side, I'm going in with this lipstick called By Starlight. It's from the brand Melt Cosmetics, and I just thought this was such a pretty color. I've wanted it for so long. These lipsticks are so matte that it's almost impossible to get a fine line. So I'm grabbing my Sigma lip brush to make sure that it's blended out completely and I have that perfect precise line that I want. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and let me know down below any comments, any requests, anything that you might want to add. Just let me know down there, and I will see you guys in my next video.